everyone, this is Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and today I'm going to share with you my setup for December using the Cranberry Rose collection. I did a little something different. Well, not a whole lot different. I didn't go too crazy with my planner setup because I wanted to have a little extra time to get started on. I want to do a mini album for December. So kind of like a December daily type of idea. And I'm going to show you my idea on what I'm going to do with that at the end of my little flip through here. So what I did to kind of save some time is I didn't embellish the pages as much as I normally do. And I also repurposed a few things that I had from my setup last year. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later too, because it's a good way to use some of those items that you create every December that are beautiful, that have similar colors, similar artwork or themes. You know, this time of year, snowflakes are a common thing. The pine bows are a common thing. So those are things that you can always kind of interweave each year if you're kind of low on time and you created something last year that you love that you want to incorporate, you can do that. What I did is I gathered up a bunch of items from the last couple years, and I'm going to try and incorporate them as ready-made pieces in my December mini album. So I'll show you that in a moment. But I thought we'll just start and I'll walk you through. And then there was something fun that we had in the classified memory keeping kit. So, and I'm going to do that at the end of the video. So we have two classified kits. We have a classified planner edition and we have a classified memory keeping kit. The fun of those is that they're meant to kind of be a secret until you get them. They're a surprise. So that's part of the reason why I want to have this. I'm warning you ahead of time. I'm going to show some of the items that are in that kit and kind of the intention behind those items, why they're in the kit. And but if you want to keep it a secret, if you haven't opened yours yet, or if for some reason if you're overseas, you haven't gotten your kit or you ordered it later, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So I'm warning you, and I'll let you know before I start it too, that if you want to stop the video before I show those items. So let's just kind of dig in. I am using my Vanderspec, and it's this beautiful red. And as you know, a lot of times I use a Vanderspec. I like the larger rings. I like the being able to customize the colors. This one I went straight red all the way through, and I use it a lot of times for the holiday season or when I do my February setup, if we're going to have a red or a pink or something like that. So, and red is it's just such a beautiful color. So I'm excited about being able to use that again. I haven't used it in a while. So I just pulled out some of my fun little clips. Some of these you'll recognize. As I mentioned, it was fun to go through the stash and pull out some things. These cute little scarf clips were from a couple years ago, as was, I think this one was actually last year from our December Cocoa Daisy kit. This was a cute little tag I had made a couple years ago, maybe even last year, I can't remember. And then these items are from this year. The little snowflakes, the beautiful embroidery rose clip, that was from this year. So I just kind of tucked those in. I made a tag from one of the pocket cards, and then of course I have my notepad in here. So it was kind of quick and easy. It was fun to do. I didn't have to, come up with a lot of extra things, because as I mentioned, I wanted to kind of take my creative time and energy and put it to something else this month. So all I did on the front of my tab is just add a few of the pretty little glitter dots, a couple of the little snowflake die cuts, and then we had this beautiful vellum, and it's a real soft blue, and there's snowflakes, and you can kind of see that. And I didn't really want to add a lot of adornment on there. Of course, as I said, I'm kind of keeping it simple. I just added one of the foam word stickers from, we had, they're different. There was one set in the pocket memory keeping kit and one in the traveler's notebook memory keeping kit. So, and you'll see I use those throughout. They're not too thick, and they're just a fun size to kind of add in there. And then I really enjoyed a system that I've been doing for the last, this is where I do my menu planning, is on the back of these pages. And so I created this fun little menu card that has a lot of the dishes that we make on a regular basis, kind of my go-to. And I just keep those there so they're handy. It's double-sided. You can see it's got some on the other side as well. So it's handy when I do my menu planning. If I'm stumped for ideas, then I can just kind of put that in there. These pages, the stripe pages, what I use these for is kind of a brain dump to do my week. So Sunday night I sit down and I kind of plan out my week with the big things so that I can kind of then fill in around them where I have time to do a bunch of the other things or just tasks. So it helps me plan the week out kind of at a glance, which I really like. And I just kind of did an ombre effect with my date stamping on those. I added, we had some fun stamp sets this month. Let's see. These two were from the Pocket Memory Keeping Kit and the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. And this one is from the T&MK, and it has a double step or a two-step snowflake. So like we've done in the past, you can stamp the solid snowflakes in a lighter color and then the outline in a darker, or use them separately as I did here. So there's some fun stamps. This one was part of the Christmas kit that we did. And the one thing I really liked about the little reindeer silhouette is if you have a tiny little glitter dot or an enamel dot or even glitter glue, you could put a little bit of red right there for his nose and make a little Rudolph. And then this stamp set was an a la carte stamp set that we did. If you're into greeting cards or making tags or anything like that for gifts, this is a great one to get to do that. And that's kind of a little hint of something I'm going to show you later on too. So this is a fun set to use for tags or cards for the holiday season. So you can see, and then on the back here, this is where I do my menu planning. I'll write out what we're going to have, and then I just tape this in here to write out my groceries on. It's a system I do every single month. And you can see I just stamped some of those pretty sayings and some of the snowflakes. Again, just kind of keeping this, my planner set up simple this month. And then we had this beautiful overlay in the, I believe that was in the classified planner kit. So I have that. And then my, your week on 2 pages. A lot of people use this for their planning. I use this to do journaling notes for when I want to do layouts, either in my Happy Planner type system or coming up in our new Daisy Planner. That I'm so excited about. I cannot wait to get started on that. And when that comes in, I'll do a little video and show you the final product and talk about it some more. But for now, I use this section for if I'm going to use my Happy Planner for the year, or if I'm even going to just do some in my Simple Dory, any sort of memory keeping. It just kind of helps me keep on track, because a lot of times I add the journaling later, or helps you keep track of those memories that you wanted to record, or if there was a particular photograph that you took, you could write that down in here, or even use this area to sketch out little ideas. So I just did, again, minimal. There's just some stamps and some stickers. Not a lot of adornment in here, and that's okay. Some months you can, some months you can't. And I want to mention, because I don't do it every month, but I want, in case people are new, we get new subscribers all the time. And this little button, if you get this and you're wondering what this is, this comes in, we usually have a button in the Classified Planner Edition. It's hollow backed. So if you've not been with us before, you're going to go, well, what is that for? We have these clips that are a larger clip, and they have a magnet on the back. or at the top. And then what that does is these clips then can snap on those, and they're interchangeable. So every month you get a new one that matches the collection that you can snap on there and use in your planner. So I just wanted to point that out in case we had any new people wondering what on earth that hollow back button is for. And then here's just kind of my daily breakdown a little bit, and I like to just kind of put that in there to try and remind myself to follow that, which I hardly ever do, but we can all dream. And I also want to point out the printables. So every month we have free printables that you don't have to be a subscriber to get these. You can download them and print them for free. There's some beautiful stuff on here. I used one of the pages in here to print this out on. And then you can fussy cut a lot of the beautiful images. And these would also be a lot of fun to put in your December mini album. All of this stuff, you could cut the pages for journaling. There's even a few cards on here. So there's a lot of fun things that you could do with these, even in a December daily or a December mini album. This notes page I'm going to use for my Christmas shopping list this year. And then I have the my calendar page. One of the things I wanted to mention is, and let's see if you can see them. I might have to. On a lot of pages, they're subtle, but they're so pretty. The little glitter snowflakes. So I used them quite a bit on a number of pages. And actually the way that they came is like this. And they're meant to be, you use them as glitter edgers. There's edgers for if you want to use them on the edge of your page. But you don't have to use them that way. You can cut them apart and just use them as little snowflake glitter stickers. So you can use them as I did here, and you'll see a lot more instances. I'll show you as we go along. But, or you can use them as they're originally intended, which is as a page edger. I don't know if you can see that. You see how they go off the page? And they mirror and they fold so that you can run them off the page, and it gives this really pretty effect. The snowflakes are so pretty. And then you can see I've added some more with some little dots on that page. So that's another fun way to use those a little differently than intended. You can use them just as regular stickers too. And then here's an example of a few things that I pulled that I had created past Decembers. This is a good one for, I made a little envelope just to kind of tuck in receipts for Christmas shopping. Another fun little tag that I just thought was really pretty, added a little splash of pink. I love to add pink in with my my December stuff. I love how that looks. And then this is the beginning of my daily pages. Now when you get your daily pages, you will get them with this side being the first one. And the daily pages are meant to be used as a double page spread. So you would either just leave that blank, or you could cover it up, which is what I've done here. And we got these really pretty vellum snowflakes with the silver foil. Those were in the one of the memory keeping kits. And so I just kind of scattered them around. I added a tag, again with some more of those fun foam words. And then in the middle of each of the snowflakes, I added one of the glitter dots. And this is one of, like, you'll see me use a lot of this paper. This plaid paper is one of my absolute favorite patterns this month. And then just a couple of the little pocket cards. There's my calendar just to kind of keep it handy. Added a little chipboard heart and a couple glitter dots. And then I made a tag out of one of the 4x6 cards from the Pocket Memory Keeping Kit. And that holds a few of my my little sticky note pads. That way I don't have to put the whole chunk in there, and it kind of just saves a little bit of room, a little bit of bulk when you're setting up your planner. And they're real subtle. I don't know if you can even see them, but I have a couple of those snowflakes on the back of here as well. You can kind of see them. They're right. They kind of go through on the back. So I put those on there. And then, of course, our cute little Simon clip. And I wanted to mention Most of the December kits are all sold out. There are some inserts left, and we were able to put together a few leftover pieces that we were able to list separately. So there were a couple Simon clips, there's some of the bows. I believe there are a few of these snowflake glitter edgers and a few of the polka dot pouches. How cute is that? That was in the Christmas kit. So there's just a few random things. Oh, there's some other alphas, and let me show you what else. These gold numbers and some of the alpha puffy stickers. Those are all in the store. So if you wanted to go through and kind of try to put together, if you love this collection and you missed out, you can put together a few of those extra pieces that we have listed in the store. Or if you want duplicates, like who wouldn't want another Simon? Because he's so cute. And then I have my little don't forget list here. And I made a pocket to hold my stickers. And that is something that I make every month. I fussy cut a couple of the trees out of the pattern paper, and one of the little chipboard stickers I put on there. And I loved the way that this turned out so well that I did the same idea on my my bookmark. And then a technique that I've done previously that I wanted to do again this year, I loved the colors so much. I used one of the weekly stripe pages and put that on the back of my bookmark. I added just a stamped saying, and then because we match our enamel dots to these colors, it was kind of fun then to lay them down across so that you can see how they fall. And it's just subtle and it's pretty, and it has some more of those little snowflakes. So that is my bookmark. And then I wanted to mention, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember which kit this came in, but when I got it, I was so excited because it turned out so pretty. It's a big clip with the little snowflake charm and then the beads. It turned out so pretty. So I just have that on the bottom of my daily pages on a little clip. And then this pretty one, has a little candy cane and some beads, and that is from Fur and You is where I got that one from. I don't remember where I got my cute Santa. This little charm, this one I made myself. So that one turned out cute. It's just some beads I got from Michael's and put together. The coffee cup, the rubber coffee cup clip, that was from, I think, last year. And then the bows were from the planner add-on this year. And we did 2 beautiful green ones to go with all the beautiful greens that we have in the collection this month. And again, another one of the printables with my little to-do list. And part of the reason I wanted to show this to you is you don't have to use, like this is A5, I don't have to use just the A5 size pages. I can use smaller pages and just layer them in. It makes it fun. So again, some more of those, the glitter edgers, the little snowflakes cut apart, some of that beautiful pattern paper. And then I use the dashboards, and the dashboard kits have an A5 size and a personal size, and you get both in the kit. And so what I do is then I actually use both. I subdivide my one section here, and then use the larger ones as my main dividers. So you can see that, added some pretty pattern paper to the back. And the last one. And then I also wanted to show this. So another item that if you're new to us, you would get this and you may not know what it is. So you get just this, it's a pen loop, but you get it and it has a adhesive back, and you may not know what that's intended for. That is actually intended, I put it on a heavy sheet of acrylic, but you could put it on one of your dashboards. Some people actually even put it like right in their planner, so you can attach it to a lot of different things. But it's actually meant to hold another pen, your highlighter, whatever you would like. So that just slides through there. This part is adhesive, and you attach it that way, and then the loop then will hold, like I said, an extra pen or one of our mechanical pencils, which are always fun, or a highlighter. So that is my already chunky December setup. Oh, I wanted to show you the other pouch that we did, and this I think is going to be like one of my top 5 favorite pouches because it turned out so pretty and so perfect for the holidays. I mean, you could almost use that as a little clutch if you're going somewhere, or put it in your purse as, you know, to hold some makeup or whatever. How pretty is that? That was in the planner add-on, I believe. So that is the pouch and our pen. I didn't pull that out and show you. It's that beautiful, it's almost like a teal kind of evergreen. Isn't that pretty? Of course, it has the little daisy on top. Now, I'm gonna set this aside and I'm gonna go through and I wanna share with you kind of my idea what I'm gonna do for my December mini album. So that's my planner. Move that over here. Now, I have so many fun bits and pieces. So what I decided to do, because I really am enjoying the whole idea of making 6x8 pages and using up some of my binders that I may have had sitting on the shelf for a while. I have, like I mentioned, I have that beautiful red Vanderspec. That's usually the red one I use. So this one is a little neglected and has been sitting up on my shelf. And so I thought, well, why not actually use that as the binder for my mini album? So all of the pieces that I have left over from setting up my planner, all of the extra pieces that I have from the rest of the memory keeping collection, I've kind of gathered those all together. I've got my puffy alphas. I've got these beautiful foiled number stickers, which is going to be great for the daily numbers to do my December mini album. I've got sheets of vellum. This one was from the Traveler's Notebook. It has these tiny snowflakes. And again, I'm not worried about page size. So a lot of my pages will be 6x8. However, it's so fun when you're making a mini album to have pages to create those layers. So I'll probably cut out some of these and use these as pages. I went through, as I had mentioned earlier, my stash, and I pulled out some bits that I had used before that I can cover up or I can repurpose. There was a bookmark that I did from last year. There's an older tag. There's another bookmark I did from a couple of years ago, but it has this beautiful embroidery accent that I added to it. Look how pretty that would be in there. All I've got to do is just change the little tag or even just cut that off, and you have a beautiful little layered section that you can put in there. So reuse that stuff. Another overlay from a past setup. So all of this I'm going to use in the work is already done on a lot of those. Why not use them? They're currently just sitting in the drawer. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I have my Simple Dory, and I've already cut up the pages. So I'm going to intersperse, these were a couple of the layouts that I did for examples for the instruction sheet. But look at how fun would that be to do a page. And so I've cut up my Simple Dory, and I'm going to use these pages throughout. I may even use that as the cover page. How fun is that? So I love the idea that there's going to be all these fun layers that you can use between 6x8 and the various sizes of the printables, tags, my Simple Dory. If you don't have a Simple Dory, any of the Dory inserts, honestly, because like I said, I love the idea of doing all of the layering. You could cut up any of the Dory booklets, any of the sizes, and use these to create a mini album. I mean, look how fun that would be for journaling, or if you were to break down a day like Christmas Day and you did morning, noon, and night, and you did the journaling or a little teeny picture. How fun would that be? So there's so many great things you can do with all of this beautiful artwork. Look at how pretty that is. How fun would that be to show a winter scene or something? And you can, again, you can even cut these into pieces. You could create a pretty tag out of that. So there's a lot of different things. Any of the size of the Dory booklets you could use and cut down and layer in with your pages. So I'm excited because there's so much of this. I'm excited because I don't get to do mini albums very often, and I love to layer. So being able to play with all the pretty papers and layer everything together, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So that is what I'm going to do for my December mini album. And of course, when I'm done, I will make sure and share it with everyone. So there's all of those pieces. I'll find maybe a pretty picture to put in here, and then I can also even decorate the whole planner. And then this will be my 2020 Christmas mini album. How fun is that? It goes right up on the shelf. It's a great way to use these that you're not that are just sitting up there being neglected. So I love that idea. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm sure as I go along, I'll take some pictures and post them. Just to share what I'm working on too. Now I'm going to share something that came in the classified memory keeping kit. So if you don't want to see it, you can stop the video now. We do actually have a few of the classified memory keeping kit left. Everything else I think is pretty much gone. I think we were able to make a few more of these. So I'm going to show you one of the things. You got this bag full of all of these fun goodies. And FYI, Mr. Daisy was the one who packed all of these. So kudos to him for putting all of these little bits and pieces together. So it came with this really pretty kind of box pleat ribbon. It came with this fun baker's twine. These cute little clothespin clips, which are one of my favorite things to use when I do memory keeping. They add such a fun little dimensional touch. And then there were some wood die cuts, snowflakes, and a couple trees. There's a little burr out of the white acrylic and a winter out of the white acrylic. And then you received some tags. There's a couple red ones and a couple white ones, and then I think we had one other like a gift tag. I don't have that with me, but there was another small, and then a stencil. And the reason I wanted to share this is because there's a reason for the stencil. There's a reason for some of the items on here that you might look at and not understand exactly why. So the stencil, what I thought would be a lot of fun is to use in a mini album, on a layout, as if you're wrapping gifts. There's a lot of things you can do with tags, and I thought it would be so fun to create a little bundle to use to make these tags with. So there's so many fun ideas that you could do, and that's why I wanted to share it on here. And this goes hand in hand also with that stamp set that I was mentioning, because you can do there's so many fun things that you could add on these tags. Let's celebrate the new year together. There's this beautiful pine cone and bow that you could put on there. Love, peace, and joy would be a fun one. The Happy New Year. If you're having a little party, which, well, a lot of us can't right now because we're all on lockdown, but you could do the ugly sweater weather, and if you have a little ugly sweater sticker or die cut or anything like that, you could use it with it, and that could be like a little invitation. But any of these could be used to make fun little tags, and of course with any of the other stamp sets as well, to make fun little tags for your gifts, or for I'm going to make some for in my December mini album. So one of the things that you could do, obviously, is you could layer on the fun snowflakes. The twine is to be able to tie on the top. The box pleat ribbon you could glue along the bottom. Would be really, really pretty. And then the red ones, you could always use the white acrylic words. And of course, you don't have to use these on the tags. This is just kind of, I wanted to share some ideas. So there are other things that you can do with the fun clips. If you have a die cut, or I just grabbed this because it's laying here, but if you have a die cut or something else, you can clip it on with the little clothespin clip. You could cut out a vellum one and layer it over top and attach it with the tag, or even just have the little clip on there, which is really fun. Now, the stencil, so I wanted to show you the stencil. So obviously, you can use a stencil as is. You could lay the images down. You can stamp ink through there, spray ink. You could, the larger ones, you could trace. The snowflakes would be fun to put embossing ink through and then emboss them on there with some, like do some blue snowflakes. You could do white snowflakes on the red ones. We have this pretty little leaf branch or leaf that you could put on there. The fun stars that you could have going down behind, do the stars behind, and then do a stamped saying over top would be really fun. You could even layer these if you did them in a light blue, make a background, and then layer the wooden ones over top, and then do a little stamped saying on it. So there's a lot of fun things that you can do with these. If you want to make more tags than what we gave you, there's this shape, and let me put it over the red so you can see it. So there's this shape right here. What that is that's actually meant to create that normal little fun little thing, and I'm sure it has a name. I don't know what it is, but that usually goes over the hole in the tag. So I'm going to lift that up a little bit. So you can see that this little image here, if you were to make some tags and you wanted to get this same effect of the little hole reinforcer, that's what that image is. That's what that image is intended for, is to be used to create that little hole that would go over a tag. So you could do that if you're going to make these. Obviously I already have them, but if you want to make a bunch of tags, if you're going to do just a bunch of gift tags and have fun making those, then that's what that little image is for. We have a fun deer head, which is so pretty, that you could put on there as well. There's a little banner, and that banner you could stamp in a lighter color and find some small little sayings that you could put over top of that to hold the little sayings. This little border I thought would be a lot of fun to run along the bottom of your tag. So actually it shows up a little better on the red. So you could run it off the bottom of the tag, and it would be a neat little effect to again, you could do spray ink, you could do stamped ink, you could emboss through there. It would be fun to do on this red one with some white embossing powder, gold or silver would be a lot of fun too. So that's what that stencil is for. That's what those items are just some ideas, but I wanted to make sure and mention that so that y'all knew what that little shape was. It kind of looks like a bulb, a Christmas tree bulb, but it's not. I mean, you could use it for that, but that's not what was the original intention. And that's why I wanted to share these. The idea behind this little bag of goodies was creating these fun tags, because it is that time of year. If you like to do little handmade tags for gifts, or again, I'm going to use these in my memory planner. I'll just punch holes in them and make tiny little pages, little dividers, or even just embellishments on some of the larger pages. So that is that's what the intention was with all of those. I like to share those ideas with you because I think about them when I'm putting it together, and then sometimes you receive your package and it's nice to know, why was all of this stuff put together? What was the intention behind it? And it's always my intention to try and stretch your creativity and to give you ideas to push you forward and inspire you. And I hope that's what we've done with this collection this month. Again, that was in the classified memory keeping kit. We have a few of those left. And then we have a few of the bits and pieces left. But other than that, everything is sold out. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone for it being sold out. It's a big blessing for us, especially during this crazy year and during the holiday season. All of you are a blessing to us, and we appreciate you. And yeah, have fun using your setting up your planner. I hope that you do some sort of little mini album or do some sort of memory keeping during this amazing season. and that we're all so thankful for making it through this year. And we're thankful for the blessings we have. So I will talk to you all soon, and thanks for joining me.